Hi, I'm Thomas Ryan. This is another episode of Chino and the Hills. I'll be your host today, and very special guest today is Ester Henley. She's going to be talking about kind of her fitness journey, fitness training, nutrition, planning, and all that good stuff. So, Esther, thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks, Thomas. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. If you want to kind of introduce yourself beyond just your name, kind of your background, where you're from, and all that good stuff.
Okay, so I am from Chino. I was born in Fontana, but I grew up in Chino pretty much my whole life. I went to school here, elementary school, middle school, high school, Chino High School, go Cowboys.
There you go.
So there's 5 of us, and we all went to the same elementary, which was El Rancho. I think it's Allegiance now. I'm not sure what school that is now, but and then we all went to Magnolia, and then from there we went to Chino High School. So we're all born and raised in Chino, and so I met my husband here in Chino Hills. I always told myself after I went to college, I went into Costa Mesa. I told myself I was never coming down back to Chino. And so my husband now, my boyfriend back then, bought a house in Chino, like literally two minutes down from where my parents lived. So my mom loved him for that. But yeah, so that's how I ended back in Chino. We are in Ontario right now, but literally I'm in Chino every single day. And really, really close. So it's always been hometown for me. So
very cool. So five kids total in your family. Where did you fall in line in there?
I was number 5.
Number 5. Oh man.
Yeah, I was the last one. My mom thought she was done.
Okay.
Here I come. So, I have 2 older sisters. There's 2 sisters and then 2 brothers, and then it's myself. Man. So, and then growing up, my dad was actually a pastor in downtown Chino off of 6th and C Street. So we literally grew up in, main Chino area. So there's times where I'll take my kids down to where we used to go to there's like a market there, and right down I think it's like the city hall in there. That's literally where we grew up. So we're not all here in Chino anymore, but most of us, we're still here. So strong ties.
I followed a similar path. So I'm originally from San Diego, but I went to Cal Poly. And then I started my career in Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, Irvine area. And then, like yourself, your significant other drew you back to the to the Chino Hills area. So good to be here. So tell us a little bit about what you've been up to over the years, and kind of your plan for the future in the fitness training, coaching, and nutrition, stuff like that.
Okay. So, growing up, I'd always been athletic in sports. I played basketball in junior high and high school. And then I've always had a love for fitness. Like I ran marathons, did all that stuff. But then I found the love of strength training. And that was a total game changer for me. So I actually went to school to be a teacher, an elementary school teacher, taught PE for a few years at Heights Christian School in Chino Hills. I had my kids. I didn't want to go back to work full time. But then I still knew that I wanted to kind of be in the teaching area, but not full time. And I've always had a love for fitness. So I became certified through NASM, and became a certified trainer. And then from there, trained at a gym for a little bit. Wasn't a fit for me. So about 2 years ago, I started kind of my own thing. I started training out of Sweat Athletic in Chino, great place. And so I was there for about 2 years. And then after that, I decided to kind of start my own thing. It was just, my husband's schedule is it changes a lot. So for me to be, a mom and be available for my kids, my schedule needed to be a little bit more flexible. Sure. And that's where I decided to just kind of do my own thing and start my own little business. So I've always had a love for strength training, but the whole nutrition part, I just have fallen in love with it. I've learned just different things about it and how it's helped me with growing up. I also had a bad relationship with food. Some things going up and down where I wasn't always I was exercising and eating right, but I wasn't healthy. I didn't have a great relationship with food. And so I took that to another level and just learned a lot, hired my own coach, have learned a lot from them. And so now I am doing in-person training. I do small group strength training. Mostly it's mainly women of all ages. I have young teenage girls all the way to seniors that are like in their 70s. And I also do like online training where we do check-ins. And we just kind of go according to what their goal is in life, and where they want to be, where they want to take themselves. And yeah, so it's been always something that I've loved to do. And it's just something that I've always wanted to do. And so finally I was like, okay, let's do this. So, yeah, so that's kind of how it all has started and where I'm at right now.
Awesome. Let's go back a little bit. So, when did you get like certified? Like how long have you been training? What's that timeline look like?
About 3 years. I got certified about 3 years ago. And then that's when right when I got certified, I found a job, trained for about at a gym, I think like 9 months.
Okay.
Then from there went to Sweat Athletics, was there 2 years. And then, I've been recently doing kind of my own thing, but, yeah, so it's been about maybe 3.5 years.
Got it. So, I know you kind of, do you have a typical client? I know you said a lot of women, but vast range in age. Is there a typical client? Are you open to all ages and sexes and all that good stuff?
No, I'm open to everything.
Yeah.
More of the younger kids. I don't have a ton just because when the younger kids come, it's more of like, they're more like the athletes that want to, and then I don't have, how do you say it? A lot of access to equipment that they need. But I do train, young girls, young boys. I'm open to everything, but the majority that my specialty is, women. But that doesn't mean like, if you're not a woman, you can't, but,
Yeah.
I'm open to everything.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I go to what your goal is and we go from there. So there's no specific goal that I focus on. It's just everyone is unique. And, I work with everyone.
Certainly. I know you said you did some online stuff as well, but, where do you do the training with individuals or groups?
Right now I have a gym here in my home. And so
Okay.
I do very small group training. Those are actually literally, I have very limited space left. Those are pretty full. But online is definitely taking on some new clients. And that is open.
Got it. Go into kind of, I know it's going to depend for different people, but what kind of workout are we doing? Are we dancing or are we trampolining or what are we doing here?
we focus on strength training. We do a lot of weights. I don't do cardio with them just because I feel like cardio, you can always go for a walk or go for a bike ride. I always try to go like, hey, go take your family out for a walk or go do something that's going to get you guys all moving. But here we focus on strength training. We focus on getting you stronger, staying healthy, keeping those bones nice and strong. Because I know that as we get older, I mean, if we're just kind of walking and stuff, we stay strong, but we start losing just bone mass. We start getting a little bit more fragile. So if we can keep those bones nice and strong, you stay healthy as you grow older, and you can still do the things that you love. So we do focus on strength training, and that is what we focus on.
So your 70-year-old clients are out there doing deadlifts and squats and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I have one lady who started off. She's always telling me how good she feels, how like when she goes up the stairs, she just feels so much stronger in her legs. And so I'm trying to get my parents to come. So once now the summer that I'm a little bit more free, they're actually going to start coming. My dad is almost 80 and he's like excited to start like lifting weights. I'm like, you're not going to lift super heavy, but yeah. And so it's just great to see people who start off with using, just body weight, just doing bands. And then now they're, lifting 5, 10, 15. They get so much stronger. And it's just, you can see they're getting stronger, but just that the way that they carry themselves, like their confidence, it skyrockets. So that is what I love to see. It's just going from stage 1 to stage 10. So it's great.
Very cool. Very cool. So, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, like yourself, in your personal journey, as far as, quote unquote eating healthy, quote unquote exercising for wellness. What are some myths or misinformation, I'd say, kind of that people look to or see or follow that you see in your experience?
I always get that question, do carbs make you fat? It's like, nope.
Gotcha.
No, I honestly don't preach to, I don't like to tell people you got to take something out of your diet in order to get, meet your goals. Like, there's people that take out carbs. There's people that take out dairy. There's people that take out gluten. Now I understand there's people that I have sensitivity to that. They're allergic to that. But if you're just taking it out for, weight loss or trying to lose weight, you don't need to do that. I always tell people it's one of those things like you need to build a lifestyle. And if you're restricting yourselves from things that you like and things that you enjoy, like it's not going to last. So I help with building a lifestyle. And that's what I try to tell my clients, that there's no need for you to not enjoy, some bread or not enjoy some fruit. It's just moderation and learning how to fit it into your life. And so a lot of times too, it's like, hey, can I eat after 6? It's like, yes, you can eat at night and still, hit your goals and stuff. So that is one of them that I like to tell people. And I know they get excited about like, oh, I can have this, I can have that. I'm like, yes, you can have that. And so my goal is to teach them to do it and still reach their goals. And so another one is like, no pain, no gain. It's one of those things like, yeah, you need to push yourself hard, but it's a package. It's not just weight training. It's not just killing yourself in the gym or exercising like crazy. It's also recovery. If you're not recovering, if you're not fueling your body, like it's a whole complete package. It all goes together. And if one of them is lacking, then it's kind of like your body has a hard time getting to where you want it to be. So I always tell people, it's like, you got to recover. Like you should take days off. It's like, always, you're like, no days off. It's like, yes, you need to take days off.
Yeah.
But those are the two major ones that I come upon a lot. So,
man, it sounds easy. Then I get to take days off and eat whatever I want. Right? No.
Well,
No,
I mean, there's a trick behind it. It's like,
yeah.
But I do try to, yeah. But
yeah, no, I think that's important. And I follow you on social, and if you don't, it's a good follow because, Esther talks about like, just, kind of treating yourself, whether it's, relaxation or, with a little sweet treat of some sort or something like that. So a little balance and stuff like that, keep you insane, especially with children. What have you learned as it pertains to health and fitness in the last year with COVID? Kind of what's anything that's stuck out to you as far as that's concerned?
Yeah. One of the main things that I've learned is that you shouldn't wait till there's, you're sick, or you shouldn't wait till there's like a virus going around to start being healthy. It's one of those things that you have to start now to take care of your body so that it can react in the way it should be, fight those viruses off. And it's never too late to start, but don't wait till something's wrong in order to put your health first. Because we just never know. And if we stay healthy, we stay strong, like our body will do what it needs to do. It's just taking care of it. And so just don't wait till that time comes where it's like, the only option you have is to actually put yourself first. Like just do it now. That way, when, if something does happen, then you're taking care of your body and it's going to do what it's meant to do.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I feel like so many people, it's a kick in the pants, maybe for so many people. It's, the big thing we're constantly told is that, if we have a healthy immune system, we have, all our numbers under control and stuff like that. Yeah. We should be in a better position, obviously contracting or whatever. I'm not going to get into the science because I'm by far a professional from that, but just like you're essentially going to be a better off situation, whether it's this or other things that you come into from a health perspective or fitness, like, right. Like, just doing everyday activities. Like she said, walking up the stairs, like you're just going to feel comfortable. You're not going to be tired. You're not going to trip down the stairs because your legs are tired. You're solid. So and definitely kicking the pants.
If I can add to that also too, what I've learned too, is that just because the gym is closed doesn't mean you can't exercise. Like you have, your body weight, you can go outside, like you were saying, get a walk in, do some push-ups, squats, like you can get creative. And so I've had during COVID, you know, a lot of my clients, I couldn't, you know, meet with them in the gym, but it's just getting creative, using some stuff around your house. But just because gyms are closed, places are closed, it's not an excuse to not exercise.
Right.
So
That's huge. I mean, I've seen, you know, other people like yourself where, you know, you're taking it on regardless of having the full on gym and stuff like that. So that was going to be one of my questions is kind of, you know, obviously things are opening up, people are feeling more comfortable getting out there. But you know, if they're not quite comfortable, what are some things that you've seen and instructed people to kind of do just from the comfort of their own home or whatever it may be, beyond a walk or jog or
yeah,
something like that? Yeah.
it's just there, you know, I have a few online clients that don't have any equipment but want to start doing something, and I write them up an exercise routine that, you know, you know, there's a lady that doesn't have any weight, so I was like, hey, get some water bottles, let's do some shoulder press, let's do some body weight squats, some lunges. It's just kind of getting creative, and just I tell them just get moving, like something. It's just not sitting all day.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just little steps, and it's something that I do too. Is I when I build somebody's fitness routine, it's very unique to them. I go according to what they have access to. If they don't have a gym, if they don't have any weights at home, then I take care of building their fitness routine with what they have access to, or what they have, or what they don't have.
Sure. Got it. Any upcoming projects, events, or, you know, boot camps or anything like that coming up that we should know about?
Not quite yet. This was the last week I had like a habit challenge where we're building good habits to a better you. And that was a month long. And so it's actually ending this week. And at the end of the week, I will be announcing the winner, but it's just, I would like to do a few challenges like that just to build better habits, healthier habits, and just to become a better person, because in order to be disciplined, you need to build those good habits in life. And so that's kind of what I want to try to do more, is just to help people to build better habits. Because when they have those good habits, they come naturally, and it helps you to get through those days where you just don't have that motivation to do what you want to do. So
I'm glad you said that, because like I said, following on social, and I think mental aspect of it is a lot too. I mean, just, you know, they say like the actual act of getting out of bed and to the gym or to wherever you're getting your workout in can be, you know, 90% more difficult than the actual workout, because then you're inspired to get it done. So following, I think you have some cool, like just mental aspects, and it's not just motivation, it's like it's just true stuff that, you know, kind of pushes you in the right direction. So got to commend you for that. It's pretty cool stuff.
thanks.
Anything we should have talked about that I didn't ask that I might have missed?
Well, I can kind of go over kind of what I offer online too. I know there's some people that are like, hey, what do you do with online stuff? I guess it just, you know, just give me something, or what is it that? So with my online, I'm going to give you an example of you know, what a client does. So what I do offer is just weekly check-ins that they do according to your goal. You know, if your goal is to you lose weight, I do give them macros. I do teach them how to use that as a tool to get to their goals. They check in with me. We do a little bit where they check in, and then they get a video from me explaining what we're going to do next. I like to teach my clients and tell them exactly what I'm doing. That way they're building knowledge on what I'm doing. So when I take on a client, my goal is to teach you. That way you don't have to hire me forever. And so that way you can do this on your own too, eventually. So they check in weekly. I make changes if their body's not responding to where, you know, if they're in a fat loss phase, if they're not losing within the 2 weeks, then we make a change. So we do check-ins, we do stuff like that. And I take the lead, and I kind of guide you to where you need to be next.
Someone was just doing their weekly check-in right now.
Yeah, I have like 4 of them that need to check in today.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we forgot. Tell us the name of your platform.
Okay, so it was just recently I did kind of share it. It is called CAST5522, and it has a meaning behind it. CAST is short for confident and strong. And so that is my dream. My goal is to, when clients come to me, when people come to me, we not only build you physically, but mentally too. And so I believe that if you're confident and you're strong mentally and physically, like anything you set your mind to, you can achieve. And so that is what CAST stands for. And 5522 is a little bit, it kind of represents me. It comes from Psalms 55:22 in the Bible, where it says, cast your fears upon him and he will sustain you. So that's something that there's fears and stuff like that I tend to deal with. And so knowing that I can put my trust in God, it's helped me along the way. So it's kind of, I put it together as something that represented me in my journey, and something that represents me as my business and what I want, what my goal is for each client that comes in.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. That's great.
You're welcome.
Great. Yeah. Let's actually, where can people reach you? Where's the best place to communicate with you? Socials or otherwise, where's the best place for people to reach out?
Right now, social media would be best. I am working on a website, but it's not up yet. So I just Ester Henley at either Facebook or Instagram. If you have any questions or interested or just want to know more, like, don't hesitate to ask. And sometimes, like, if you even have a question on your journey, you don't specifically want to like hire me as a coach or anything, but if you have any question, you're stuck with something, like I will help you with that. So I can answer questions or anything. So yeah, through social media.
Perfect. We'll be sure to tag those in the descriptions and in the various areas and stuff like that. So let's shift gears a little bit. We're going to go towards the community. What do you like best about the best about our community?
It's just the people. I know it's just, you meet somebody and somebody has a small business or somebody has it's all about coming together as a community. And it's just, everybody has a story. Everybody is just so, they're just so nice. I mean, I know everybody's nice in your community, but Chino has always been, just a home to me, and talking about how they grew up. And there's people that hey, I'm the first owner of this house. It's so nice to see the stories that people have. And just, it's nice to see that in families. And so I really like that everybody's so close with families, and there's always nice stories to share about, or so.
I bet you see a lot of that. I mean, much like my profession, we're partial psychologist, partial, counselor type person as well. So I'm sure you get to really dive into people's lives, and that's kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite restaurant in Chino or Chino Hills?
Oh my gosh. Lately, my husband and I, we've been taking dates every Tuesday. So we go, and we've been trying every small, small business, little cafe in the area. There are so many, but I like Riverside Grill a lot. It's good. It's very good.
The word's getting out so much about that place. It's tough to get in right now,
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
It's
glad they're thriving.
Yeah. And every Sunday we're at Manna Donuts on Riverside. So it's a tradition that we've been holding with our kids. So it's the little spots. I think that's the great thing about Chino. There's so many small businesses that you always have somewhere to go. But those two spots right now are pretty consistent in our schedule.
The Mana's been busy as well. It's great to see, to your point, the community and the small business and stuff like that. It seems like, a couple of years ago, people would be there in the early mornings, but it seems like every time I'm by there, it's quite busy. So it's good to see that, people are making it through and thriving and stuff like that, to your point.
Yeah.
Very cool. And Riverside's definitely a favorite of mine as well.
It's good. And they're egg white, I think it's egg whites with a corn mix.
That's my go-to breakfast.
Oh my God, that's so good.
I think it's called the Marvelous Sunrise Breakfast or something like that.
It's a healthier one, but honestly, I'm telling you, it's so good. So good.
So good. Yeah, the bread, amazing. Yeah, that's basically what I get every single time.
Yeah, it's so good.
For sure. Cool. All right. Bonus question. Who in the Chino Hills community should I be interviewing next, that you may know, that you may be able to introduce me to make that happen?
Oh man, that's a tough question because there's a lot of people I know. I don't know. I mean, are you looking for people with small businesses or just?
Yeah, I mean, the goal of this is it really started just to kind of get to know our community. And then in starting it early last year, then I think I got 2 episodes in person. And then beyond that, it went to Zoom because of all the shutdowns and stuff like that. And then it really became, hey, like, let's just highlight, businesses and people and just to bring us all together. So I'm open to everybody.
I would say if you can get a hold of Randy Samuel,
Okay.
he's the owner of Sweat Athletics. Great guy,
Okay.
great background. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I have not, but I've heard of Sweat, of course. But
Yeah,
yeah.
but the owner Randy is awesome. He has
Okay.
a good history in Chino and a lot of sports that he competed in, and yeah, so he's a great guy. Has a ton to offer to the city. So
Perfect.
yeah, he would be somebody that I would recommend.
Awesome. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Did we miss anything? I'll give you the last word.
No, just, remember, take care of yourself, prioritize yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure you are, keeping yourself strong and healthy. And that's it.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Esther, for joining me. I appreciate it very much. And thank you to the viewer, listener for joining us for another episode of Chino in the Hills. Until next time, have a good day. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye, Thomas.
Bye.